On today's JMO with Josh and Joe, we have the Open. The Open. Congrats to Brian Harman. We break down it was a nice tournament for the average American. Average golfer. I'm sorry, not the average American. It was a nice tournament for the average golfer.
Golfer.
Yes, we tell you why. Then we move on to our OTDISH segment on this date in sports history. We brought that back. Then we move into some NFL talk. We got some great NFL talk. The Saints are going to the Super Bowl. Just a little sneak preview there. Talk about a little bit. We had some contracts that got signed. Some surprising ones.
Quite a bit.
Quite a few surprising ones. We had a couple of injuries, and the Commanders sell the team. Then we go into the NBA. Talk a little bit of NBA. There's not very much going on right now. Jaylen Brown contract we break down, and prayers up for Bronny James. Then we do our draft of the top board games, our top 5 each favorite board games. Then we end off with some college football. Woo. College fucking football, man. It can't get here soon enough. We tell you why, and we show you why everybody is so fucking bored. So,
all right, let's rock and roll.
Welcome to JMO with Josh and Joe. It is Tuesday, July 25th, and Joe, congrats to all the short golfers out there. Shawty for sure, because Brian Harman has just won the Open, and that man is coming in at 5'7", 155 pounds, soaking wet.
5'7".
Yes, that man is a little boy. He is a little dude.
Also a lefty.
Also a lefty. Yeah, big W for short lefties this weekend.
Yeah.
I mean, he dominated. He dominated the Open. It wasn't even close. Like his round on Friday just basically solidified it. He was up by 5. He literally just it was nice because he just had to play for par, which is good on that course considering the weather. Most of the people had to try and get birdies. When you try and get birdies, that's when you do dumb shit, especially in that weather. He just had to play for pars, and it proved well for him because he didn't have to take any big risks, and he was putting out of his mind.
Yep.
I think he set the course record for fewest putts. Over a 4-day span, I think it was. He had like 136 putts. It was something ridiculous.
Yeah, it's quite an American thing to do over in the UK. Yeah. I mean, we just, ever since the American Revolution, it's been continuous victories. Continuous W's.
And England was so pissed off. It was great. I love when England gets angry. I love when England gets angry about anything. But, yeah, especially when America just goes over and beats them on their soil. You know, we had to beat them on our soil, so it's nice when we just go over there and give them a taste of their own medicine, but actually, do what they couldn't do.
Mm-hmm.
It was nice because watching Brian Harman, I watched just about the whole thing. Like, not the whole thing, but, like, I watched a little bit Thursday, a little bit Friday, a little bit Saturday, a little bit Sunday. It was kind of tough because it started at like 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
But I did watch a little bit of all 4 days. I got to watch Brian Harman on the last 2 days. It makes me feel better because looking at him at 5'7", and I'm just like he kind of plays old man golf. He doesn't have anything else to do, so he kind of plays old man golf, and he is the one that makes me think that I could actually be a professional golfer. Like I can visualize it at least. Not like I don't think I actually can, but I can kind of visualize myself because I mean he's so small.
Yeah, that's true. But there's golfers around there or that come around that provide that inspiration, that hope for you that you could be a professional golfer. Who was the I'm trying to remember. We just recently were talking about him. Big deal. Was a club country club trainer who placed in the PGA Championship. Fox.
Oh yeah. He actually did really well in the PGA Championship.
Yeah,
Brooks Koepka beat him. I don't remember what his name was, but yeah.
Well, he finished off like 15th, but But yeah, but no, I think you might have been thinking about like the amateur, like when an amateur comes up, or some guy who's a country club trainer. Those are the guys that you look up and you're like, you know what, I can do that.
I could probably do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, they had an amateur that was leading after the after Thursday in the Open. Mm-hmm. He was. He fell off big time on Friday, but yeah, he shot a 65 the first day. Not too shabby. Not too shabby.
Coming out hot.
Another thing that makes me think that I could play like these guys is the pot bunkers. We got to talk about the pot bunkers.
Okay.
Those are my favorite things in professional golf because when they get stuck in a pot bunker, that's when they start to look like you and I trying to get out of a bunker. Mm-hmm. It's beautiful. It's like, haha, I've been there, done that. I hit it 3 fucking times and it's still in the sand, and you just want to like rip somebody's fucking head off or throw the golf club. You know what I'm saying? It's just, it's fun. It's fun. We're having fun, but frustrating.
Frustrating all at once.
Yeah, so I like the pot bunkers. I would never play a course with pot bunkers. Like.
Probably not.
If I get stuck in that, I'm just taking my ball and throwing it.
Yeah.
I'm just grabbing it. And I'll count 10 strokes. I don't care because it's probably going to take me 10 strokes to get out of it.
I'll just, I'll look at my, my buddies and I'll be like, this is a gimme.
Yeah.
This is a gimme.
I'm going to pick this up and we'll shotgun a beer,
Yeah, and it's not like give me this because, it's close enough. It's like give me this because you feel bad.
Right, you're gonna exceed because like when we play, we have a max amount of strokes. Usually it's double. Usually it's probably double what par is on the hole. So like if you're at a par 5, you get 10 shots. That's it. You cap it off.
Yeah.
Par 4, a snowman, cap it off. Par 3s, I don't know. It's a little different, but 6, cap it off. But yeah, so pot bunkers are fun. It was kind of a boring Open, if I'm being honest. That's the only problem with somebody jumping out to that big of a lead is it just kind of sucks. There's no drama. Like, John Rahm played pretty well on Saturday. He tried to make a little bit of a run. Tommy Fleetwood played all right. Like, they had some guys that were Straka played decent. They had some guys that were trying to make it competitive, but just nobody could. I mean, the weather was pretty bad on Sunday. It was tough. And like, I think if you're playing in bad weather, old man golf is your best friend.
Yeah.
And you don't have to be aggressive. You don't have to like try and make shit happen that shouldn't be made happen. It's just it was nice to be Brian Harmon on Sunday.
Yeah. And it's almost like they was lacking a little star power, out of the lineup in a way.
Yeah, Rory he was hovering around -3 the whole weekend. I think he ended up above that, but like it just did kind of, I don't know. Fleetwood was up there.
It almost seemed like half of the star power golfers were like at another tournament or something.
Yeah,
or like another league.
Live.
With Liv.
Speaking of Liv, Brooks kind of looked rough. He looked like he was still partying from his PGA championship.
He most likely is.
Yeah, he might be. I don't know. But yeah, so congrats to Brian Harmon. Congrats to America.
Yeah.
This is for us. And the short kings out there. Good for y'all. Y'all y'all can play golf. You just got to figure it out. Figure out how to putt. I think that's the main thing. Just putt. Just putt well. You got anything else on golf?
That's about it.
Alrighty, let's get back to our segment OTDISH on this date in sports history. I'll go first. I'll start. In 1940, on this day in 1940, American John Sigmund begins swimming for 89 hours and 46 minutes. He swam from St. Louis, Missouri to Caruthersville, Missouri in the Mississippi River. Total of 292 miles, the longest solo swim of all time.
Wow.
That is insane.
Yeah.
He swam for 89 hours and 46 minutes. And I was looking, man, this thing is like, this. I looked up St. Louis to Caruthersville, Missouri. This thing is like half the size of the state of Alabama. Like if you cut Alabama in half, that's how long he swam.
That's how long he swam.
Yeah, there's some people that won't even make that drive because they get too tired in a fucking car.
Yeah.
This dude swam that lane.
Well, we both have swimming backgrounds, so like if you think about it, I mean, we wouldn't even do that in like 2 weeks in practice.
No. We would that's doing like 9 like yeah, shit. That
You think about it.
Not even close.
Yeah.
Fuck. That's insane. And it kind of caught my eye because I've been debating on swimming across Lake Pontchartrain, and I finally made my decision that I will do it.
Okay.
And I'm gonna do it before I turn 40 years old. I'm 33 right now, so I'm going to swim across Lake Pontchartrain.
A real modern day Forrest Gump, huh?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Aquatic version of Forrest Gump.
Aquatic Forrest Gump.
Like I'm just gonna swim.
I just start swimming. But the Lake Pontchartrain, that's compared to this, it's only 25 miles. Now, only 25. That's a long way to swim. So, I just it's actually kind of gave me hope. Like this, if this guy could swim 292 miles, I can swim 25.
Okay.
Like it'll be fine. I might get eaten by a bull shark, but it's okay.
I don't think they're in the lake. But.
Yeah, the bull sharks they're in Lake Pontchartrain, but they just stay at the bottom. They like to hover down at the bottom, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No, that's a real thing. But anyways, yeah. So 292 miles, American longest solo swim of all time. What you got?
All right. In 1902, American champion James J. Jeffries repeats the dose with an eighth round KO in San Francisco for the heavyweight crown. James J. Jeffries.
JJJ.
Yeah.
JJJ.
Yeah.
I love how they did. What was that word? Dose. They used dose.
Yeah, repeats the dose,
Oh,
which I
yeah,
guess
dude.
yeah.
If you're in like any type of fighting league, that's how you're supposed to talk about a knockout.
Well, it's got to be a dose of adrenaline, right?
No, I think it's a dose of these hands, bro.
Okay.
A dose of these hands.
Dose of the hands.
Yeah, you get another dose of my fist in your face.
Yeah.
It's really powerful. It's potent. It'll knock you out.
Also, if you take a look at James J. Jeffries, he looks exactly how the name sounds. Like, I mean, you take a look at a picture, and you know what? It's kind of like you see that with typical athletes around 1902 because, you know, obviously they didn't really dedicate their full time to like being an athlete like we do nowadays.
No, they ate a lot of food and drank a shit ton of alcohol.
Yeah, just like a total modern man. He looks like he would be my bank teller. You know, if I went to the bank in 1902.
Like a rounded face with some glasses.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, maybe like the comb over hair look. Wearing a suit.
Something like that.
James J. What is his name?
James J. Jeffries.
Jeffries. Nobody's scared of a Jeffrey. All right, in 1999, in honor of the Tour de France coming up, in 1999, the 86th Tour de France, Lance Armstrong wins the first of his 7 consecutive Tour de France titles, but is later disqualified for drug cheating. They called it drug cheating.
Drug cheating.
In the picture on the website, it's just a picture of Lance Armstrong, and it says underneath, cyclist and drug cheat.
Drug cheat.
Drug cheat.
Wow.
I guess he cheated on his drug test.
Yep.
That's that's all I got. That's all I got from that. He just I studied for my drug test. I think I passed every single one of them.
You passed your drug test?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
He cheated.
He
He cheated, but he got caught cheating.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Got all 7 of those taken away. Jeez.
Unbelievable. Just study, kids.
Just study.
Study.
You'll pass your drug test, I promise. What you got?
All right. This one's a little bit of a shout out, kind of continuing the theme of the lefties. So in 1941, 41-year-old Lefty Grove
Nice.
wins his 300th and final MLB career game as the Boston Red Sox defeat the Cleveland Indians 10-6.
Nice. Lefty Grove.
Lefty Grove.
That's such a cool fucking name.
Yeah.
I figured that would be a good hitter's name though. Lefty Grove instead of a pitcher.
Yeah.
I guess Lefty Grove would work for a pitcher too, but I just picture it as like a fucking left-handed slugger, just roping shit in right field.
I would agree, but I mean it's 1941, so I'm sure he probably did both.
Yeah. I wonder how baseball was during that time because that was right smack dab in the middle of World War II. You know, like you got a giant war going on and you're still playing baseball.
I'm still playing baseball.
Yeah. I wonder what happened because, like, I feel like the league would have been really depleted then. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Well, that's probably why he was a 41-year-old being able to play.
I guess
Everybody
that's
else was
true.
getting drafted for the other draft.
The other draft. Yeah, he's playing against a bunch of fucking college kids, probably.
Well, no, the college kids are probably in the war.
Yeah.
I mean, they were drafting them out of
That's true.
at 18.
He was playing against high schoolers.
Either high schoolers or he was playing against like old men like
Grown
himself.
ass dudes like grandpas.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, it's a little less impressive, but it's still 300's 300. That's pretty good.
Most of his career was not during that time.
No, it was not. Anyways, it was good. It was during the Great Depression, so I don't know how they worked that out, but weird times, man.
Play ball.
Play ball. You got anything else on OT Dish?
That's about it.
All right, let's get to the NFL. Joe, I'm gonna say this. I think the Saints are going to the Super Bowl.
Nope.
At least the NFC Championship game.
Wow, we haven't even started preseason,
Dude.
and we're already at this point.
I'm so fucking excited right now. I think I might jump out of my pants. We signed Jimmy fucking Graham back, baby.
Yep.
I don't care how old that motherfucker is. He better dunk on that goddamn goalpost the first touchdown he gets.
Yeah.
We know how to use him. I know Dennis Allen wasn't here when we had Jimmy Graham, but I'm sure he could call Sean Payton up and just say, hey, let me know how to use him.
Well, I mean, Pete Carmichael is the offensive coordinator, and he was here. During Jimmy Graham's tenure,
so that he could ask Pete Carmichael.
Yeah,
that would be good. Yeah, I think Jimmy Graham left like at the year before Dennis Allen got here. Like I think he was gone. His last year was 2014 in New Orleans, and Dennis Allen was hired on in 2015, if I remember correctly.
That sounds about right.
Sounds about right. Anyways, I'm pumped. Fucking the Saints got Jimmy Graham, Try Turner, the offensive lineman from LSU, coming back home from the Commanders.
Yep, NOLA native.
NOLA native. And it's looking like Michael Thomas is going to be a full participant.
Is that sure? Are we sure about this?
Yes. Those are the reports I've seen.
I've seen reports, and I've seen reports in the past. I don't know. He's just broken my heart way too many times.
If you're a Saints fan and you're skeptical, I completely understand. But I think we just have too much going for us right now, and I'm going to stay positive. I'm going to move forward. We have an easy-ass schedule. We have a really good team. I think Derek Carr just needed a change of scenery, and he's going to have a breakout season. I think he's going to have a breakout season. And it's going to be in large part due to the fact that you can just throw the ball anywhere to Michael Thomas and he'll catch it.
Well, anybody knows that gold's better than silver. So he's making an upgrade here.
Yes.
He's making an upgrade. He was actually just trying on. They had picture day around the league, and so he had his uniform on. Looks very nice. Very nice in that black and gold.
Actually, it's perfect because he is kind of emo to begin with.
Yeah.
And the black just suits him perfectly. He doesn't have his Lego hair anymore, which is nice.
Yes.
He got rid of the Lego hair. Although I feel like if he like grew the Lego hair out, but like did an Elvis thing, that would work.
Okay, an Elvis thing. Yeah,
that would definitely work in New Orleans.
Yeah, because he's got the eyeliner and yeah.
Oh yeah, I think that would be cool. He could try that. But yeah, easy ass schedule, weak ass division. Really good team. Players coming back. Pieces all fitting together. I'm liking it. We got to see how long Alvin Kamara is going to be out, but we got Jamal Williams.
The hype train is rolling.
It's rolling. And I don't know how much it's rolling, but in my head it's going. It's full steam right now, baby. Mm-hmm. I really am. I'm looking through the schedule and I'm just seeing all these W's. We could have 14 wins. We could have 14 wins. We could have a fucking first round bye. Get to the NFC Championship. Whatever happens after that happens. I mean, like, it's anyone's game. I don't know. I'm feeling good. I'm getting pumped up. I knew I would do this. I do this every fucking year.
Yeah, I was just trying to see how early it was going to start, and it's now. Mm-hmm. It's before the preseason.
I don't know. It started like kindling the fire whenever we got Derek Carr.
Yeah.
Started kindling it. Now it's fucking going. It's fucking going. Yeah, so I'm pumped about that. We got other NFL news. Saquon Barkley. The let's start with the running back committee we have now. We have a new committee of running backs via Zoom.
Yeah. So, yeah, we have the NFLPA, which is the NFL Players Association, and now we have the NFL RBA.
RBA.
So, Running Back Association.
Yeah, so we have the NFL RBA. And from what I gather, they just basically kind of call and Zoom just to bitch about how not getting paid sucks.
Not getting paid sucks. Also rumored that maybe they are going to do an in-house holdout or a hold-in where they actually they sign their contracts and but just don't play and exaggerate injuries or fabricate them.
That's spicy.
Yeah.
That's a spicy take.
It is a spicy take. I don't know how true it is. I don't have any sources on it or not. It did look like it was kind of a meme, sort of. So, it's take it for the internet as the source.
Yeah, that's a bold move.
Yep.
From what I gathered, it was just pretty much everybody saying that this sucks. Like, that just being a running back in the NFL sucks. And there really isn't anything they can do. Like, it's just the game's moving away from the running back position as a whole. Like we said last week, at least the solution right now, just learn you got to be multidimensional. You have to be able to catch. You have to be able to do multiple things. You have to be, honestly, if you can get a running back that can line up in the slot every now and then too, they'll be lethal.
I was about to say that I think that's going to be the change. Is what you're going to have these hybrid guys that are going to be that can also run routes. Because it's one thing to have good hands, but a lot of times, like we're talking about that as far as swing passes and like dump off, check downs type of passes, which really doesn't take much. Yeah, you don't have any route running, experience or skill when it comes to those type of routes, but. If you like you said, you start training in the slot, trying to run those routes and be able to break away from actual cornerbacks, that's probably where you're going to generate a lot of value and be able to, run it up the middle.
Yep. It's kind of like the NBA. Everybody's starting to just shoot from the outside. Like this is the new NBA. The big men are shooting from the outside. You got to be able to kind of like evolve with the sport. So like these running backs, like you said, learn how to route run, learn how to catch. You got to have good hands. The Alvin Kamara's and the Christian McCaffreys of the world. Those are the running backs that are going to get paid.
Yep.
And the only other thing I can think of for these poor running backs, they got to lobby for rule changes. Rule changes that'll go in their favor. I'm not sure what. Because right now it's kind of tough for the defense because the running back can lower their head, but if the defense hits it, then the defense gets penalized. They just got to lobby for some rule changes. That's the only other option I think they have right now.
Yeah, well, and also other rule kind of go on that point. Other rule changes that they can do and lobby for is the actual rookie. Contract.
Yeah.
Because especially for other players that last a lot longer in the league, 4 or 5 years isn't that much. But if you're cutting half of your time in the league or more than half of your time by that rookie contract, you're not going to be eligible to get yourself a big contract because they're not going to pay you because you ain't got too much more years on you left.
So I saw this. It's a very good quote. I don't know who said it, but. It goes when a running back is due for a big contract, they are past their prime.
Yeah.
So like when we got all these running back, Josh Jacobs, Saquon Barkley, we got Jonathan Taylor coming up. We got just these big Austin Eckler. We got these big running backs. When they're looking for a big contract, they're not gonna fucking get it. Mm-hmm. They're not that they're either past their prime or they got maybe 1 or 2 more good years left in them.
Or we can contribute it to the 4 horsemen.
Yes,
for screwing up the RB market.
Mm-hmm.
Melvin Gordon, Todd Gurley, Ezekiel Elliott, and Le'Veon Bell.
Yep. I forgot about Le'Veon Bell. Yep. That was they did kind of screw it up.
They screwed up the market.
Well, and it wasn't really them, so I don't want to blame them. It's more the organization. The organization paid them. And, they obviously, if you're Zeke, Le'Veon, Melvin Gordon, or Todd Gurley, you're gonna try and get a big contract. Obviously, you don't like why else? What else are you gonna do? I know you want to play football and all, but you also want to get your money. So I don't blame him there. I'm more of a guy that just I want y'all to play football, but I'm a fan, so that's going to be my perspective. But yeah, they did kind of screw it up, and now the organizations are starting to see a trend, a pattern of let's give these guys a 4-year rookie contract, and then boom, on to the next.
Yep.
So it does suck. It does suck. But anyways, what we were getting at is Saquon Barkley signed a 1-year, $11 million contract. $1 million in incentives, $2 million signing bonus. This was a W for the Giants.
Oh, well, definitely.
It's a huge W for the Giants. They saved their franchise tag, so they can still franchise tag Saquon twice. It gives them a year to look at Saquon and see what he can do. Even though I highly doubt they're going to try and re-sign him. I think they'll franchise tag him next year. There's really no reason to sign him to a long-term deal. He's got injuries.
He's got a history of injuries. It's not like he's gonna get any younger. It's kind of more of one of those deals of like,
Get him at training camp.
Yeah, because, he is, as far as all the running backs go, I would say he's probably the most impactful one for his team.
Yes, I agree.
You take away the Giants and Saquon, I think that's a completely different team.
I agree. The only other people I can think of maybe is Austin Eckler, but shit, Justin Herbert still has weapons to throw to. And
yeah.
The only other one this year, at least this year, is Josh Jacobs. I know they have Devontae Adams, but I think they're going to lean heavily on Josh Jacobs as well. But yeah, other than that, I don't really Christian McCaffrey. The Giants, the Shanahan does Shanahan things at the 49ers.
Yeah.
So
but he's one of those new hybrids that he does multiple things on the offense.
Correct.
So it's like those guys and those values are gonna probably stay a little bit more the same.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of the Chargers, this just happened today. You saw this Justin Herbert contract?
Justin Herbert got his money.
Holy shit. 5-year extension worth $262.5 million. They're betting on Justin Herbert, which is fine. If you're the Chargers, I don't blame you.
Yeah.
You're putting it all on Justin Herbert. He's shown that he can be a great quarterback, and he has the potential to get even better. It's going to suck having to play Patrick Mahomes twice every year. That's going to suck, but it's going to make for good football for us at least.
Yeah, it's hard to get good generational talent at quarterback, and when you do, you got to hold on to it. So, it's the right move. Jalen Hurts started the market. Lamar topped him, and then now Herbert topped him. So, Burrow's got to be licking his chops.
Yep. Cincinnati is. I don't know why Cincinnati waited. I guess that might have been a Joe Burrow thing, but it's almost like you want to be the first one. You know what I'm saying? If you're a franchise, you want to be the first one to pay your players.
Yeah, but the front office doesn't hold all the power into that. the agent's probably.
Oh yeah. That's why I'm saying Joe Burrow probably held out himself. Yeah. That's which is a good call. So yeah, I'm pumped to see what Joe Burrow gets. Then Cincinnati would be stupid not to sign him. So
exactly.
The Raiders did not sign Jacobs yet. That we're still waiting on that. They did sign the veteran Marcus Peters for a 1-year deal. I think Marcus Peters was looking for a bag, and the Raiders were looking for a veteran to help with the young secondary.
Yeah, but also when it comes to the Belichick tree, I always like to make the comparisons on how they try to be like Belichick.
Mm-hmm.
And this one's definitely reminds me of a Stephon Gilmore, an aging cornerback, but really it was still a good one.
Oh yeah, Marcus Peters is still really good.
Yeah, but getting a veteran on the cornerback this is his Stephon Gilmore.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay.
So,
all right. Yeah, the Belichick coaching tree. One thing I saw, this is terrible, but Nyheim Hines is out for the season. He was injured on a jet ski.
Injured on a jet ski.
Yeah.
which begs us to wonder, is it exaggerated? Is it fabricated?
A jet ski? Yeah, that's... I don't know. That to me is like one of the worst stories.
Yeah,
I would make up something else.
Make up something else?
Oh, absolutely. Because an organization hears that you got hurt right before the season on a fucking jet ski. Yo, we're almost in August. They got preseason games coming up in a couple weeks.
The timing of it's pretty. I don't know. It's.
What do you think happened?
He was in that Zoom call. And then just happened to have a jet ski accident.
Juicy. So he's starting it off. I don't know. I don't. I
don't want to like put false things out there, but I just.
Well, no, that's part of the take game. You gotta throw takes out there.
I mean, you just gotta see if it sticks. But I mean, if it is an injury, best of luck recovery. But just a thought.
We'll see. We got James Cook backing him up, guy from Georgia. So I'm pretty pumped up about that.
And now the rumors are swirling about maybe a Cook reunion. Mm-hmm. Dalvin Cook going to the Bills. So
that'd be a great 1-2 punch.
Yeah, brother.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
It's like two brothers doing a podcast or something.
Yeah, that'd be who's ever heard of that?
It's a great combo.
It is a great combo. It works. Let's see. Big thing I wanted to get to. Anthony Richardson and C.J. Stroud. They both signed their rookie deals. When did we start giving rookies fully guaranteed money?
No idea.
No clue. Did I miss it last year when we were doing that? Did I miss the meeting that everybody had that basically gave us permission to give rookies fully guaranteed money? Like, and this is like $34 million and $36 million. Like, C.J. Stroud got $36.2 million, and Anthony Richardson got $34 million. All of it guaranteed.
I wonder if this is the front office sticking it to the coaches. Like, hey, we drafted with our high pick this quarterback, make it work. And we're guaranteeing him he's going to be here for 4 years and paying all this money. So now it's your turn. So you got to make it work.
The ball's in their court now?
The ball's in the coach's court now.
Coach's court, yeah. Now with C.J. Stroud's contract, apparently the money's paid up front.
Straight up front.
Like, just straight up front. That's what I saw on Twitter. That was a Ian Rappaport thing or a Adam Schefter. One of those two. But
that really does sound like a Houston move. Like any Houston professional sports, that sounds like that's something that they would do.
They just throw all the money at you up front. We'll pay you and massage this later.
Yeah.
All right. So that was just weird for me. I like the 4-year, $34 million contract of Richardson. Normal. That's fine. Fully guaranteed. Really? Like, what are we doing here? Like you like, I guess it isn't really that much money in the grand scheme of things for a quarterback, but I don't know. Especially with Anthony Richardson the way he plays. I don't know. Weird. Let's see. C.J. Gardner-Johnson, this was wild. He had a non-contact injury on his knee and had to get carted off. But apparently there's nothing wrong.
So he's fine.
Like if you're a Lions fan, you might have went into like some slight, like you might have had a slight heart attack there, like a panic attack. But then everything's fine.
It's a roller coaster of emotions.
Yeah, don't say that he got carted off on a non-contact injury on his knee and then come back later on and say everything's fine. Don't do that. Because a non-contact injury means that it is bad. And then when he gets carted off, that means it's even worse.
He could not go on his own power.
No, exactly. So that's no structural damage apparently. So that's good for Lions fans because he's awesome. He was awesome at the Saints. He just didn't want to be in New Orleans, which is kind of a trend. It's kind of a trend. It's just people aren't saying it. I don't think.
Well, New Orleans didn't want to pay him.
Well, I don't think he wanted to be in New Orleans either. I don't think Michael Thomas wants to be in New Orleans. I don't think Zion Williamson wants to be in New Orleans. I think there's just like you got to be a certain breed to be able to be in New Orleans.
Derek Carr wants to be in New Orleans.
He does want to be in New Orleans. Yes. Weird though.
Jimmy Graham wants to be in New Orleans.
He loves New Orleans.
Yeah.
That's where he thrives. Let's see. I got a couple other things in NFL. Aaron Rodgers looks goofy in his uniform. Why does he look like he's wearing a a cheap Jets costume that he bought at Party City.
Yeah, he got the most scrutinized on his photo day. And it wasn't a good look.
No, it wasn't. His half his fucking face is popping out of his helmet. Like, I always knew that his head, he comes out of his chin strap all the time. Like, we know this. We've seen it. Why are you gonna make a helmet that's gonna be even more like conducive to just having his chin strap slip up?
Yeah.
Like, what? I don't know. It looks, and then like the jersey itself looked kind of like he was on the practice squad. You know how like the punters have like the jerseys that come the arm sleeve that comes down and it's baggy and
it doesn't
ill fitting.
Mm-hmm.
That's why does it look like that?
He actually might be just like getting old too. I mean, it's like he actually kind of has that look like a Brett Favre when he's at the Jets.
When he was at the Jets. Wow. Yeah. It's just history repeats itself.
Yeah. So no, he's definitely looking old. He found a dealer, an ayahuasca dealer in New York. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you noticed. He took he had definitely had himself a dose.
Yeah,
he had himself a dose before photo day.
Oh, I'm sure he did. He was on another planet. Galaxies.
I'm sure those are pretty. They are pretty excruciating to go through. You know how guys are with photos and such.
Dude,
so,
I remember when we were playing sports as a kid. Those photos sucked.
I mean, just imagine, or just think about all the times when your girlfriend drags you into photos too. Like when you're dating a girl or your wife or something like that. Yeah.
Oh, I know. It's
a little dose, will get you somewhere.
Yep. Let's see. Trayvon Diggs gets the bag, which deservedly so. He got a 5-year, $97 million extension, $21.25 million signing bonus, $42.3 million of that was guaranteed. He's the 5th highest cornerback ever paid. Good. That man has been just a nightmare for quarterbacks. He had 11 interceptions in 2021.
Yeah.
Like, he's had 17, I think he's had like a total of, I don't remember how many interceptions he had since he's gotten the league, but it's one of the top. Mm-hmm. Like, he is just, it's awesome. That whole family is just talent. All raw talent.
Yeah. No, they, the cornerback market is definitely turning into like the defensive line market for the defense.
As it should. It's the hardest position on the field.
Yeah, and like as more and more of they get those these elite wide receivers that are coming into the league, you're gonna have to counter it with on the defense, and I think that's the thing. It's those good cornerbacks are gonna reap the benefits because they last in the league for quite some time.
They do. And honestly, I think the biggest tool that the cornerbacks have, or that they should have, is the Jalen Ramsey effect. I'm talking you get inside those receivers' heads.
Oh yeah.
You get you DM their girlfriend on Instagram the day before the game.
Yeah.
Like, I'm talking really get psychological with them.
Oh yeah.
You got to have that mental toughness if you're going to be a cornerback too. So yeah, I think he absolutely deserves it. Okay. The Cowboys, they have a lot of people that they're losing the next 2 years. Dak Prescott's contract ends in 2024. I think DeMarcus Lawrence's contract ends either next year or 2024. Diggs's was one that ends next year. Like they have like 8 or 9 guys that have like really big impactful guys that are going to be leave, or at least their contract's going to be up in the next year or two. So good for the Cowboys getting this taken care of. Tony Pollard's another one that either this next year or the year after his contract ends. So yeah, good for them. They still won't win a playoff game.
Yeah, no,
it's not gonna happen.
Nope.
Not with Dak Prescott. He's gonna throw more, he's gonna throw like over under 10 interceptions. I think over. Yeah,
give me the over.
Interception machine. Last thing I have from the NFL is Dan Snyder gets the owner's approval to sell team. It's about time, and I guess good riddance if you're a Commanders fan.
Poor Commanders fan, like poor Commander fans.
Yeah.
Because this is going to be the 4th time in like as many years that you're going to have to buy a new jersey.
That's true. That is true.
Yeah.
It's wild, man. The Dan Snyder, he basically got the fuck around for a while, do a bunch of cocaine, watch his team, and then make $6.05 billion.
And then change the name from, quite a few different names.
Yeah, that's about all he has. And then 2, like, Sean Taylor Day. He just ruined Sean Taylor Day twice. It's wild.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, I want to, like, talk to Dan Snyder. I want to pick his brain and just see what's there. It's probably all cocaine, but
Yeah, probably.
I still want to see. I want to, like, know how he thinks. Wild. You got anything else on the NFL?
That's about it.
Okay, let's see. Let's get to the NBA. Throw up some prayers for Bronny. He collapsed on the floor during practice and had cardiac arrest.
Pretty crazy.
Yeah, that's wild. He's like 18 years old. He should not be going through cardiac arrest.
Especially coming from like his family being, LeBron James, which is like the king of like, I don't know, just being a beast on the court.
Right.
Like, I mean, you've hardly ever seen like problems with LeBron. Like, I will say this. I mean, I may be a LeBron hater at times from time to time, but
I'm always a LeBron hater.
Yeah, but at the same time, you got to respect that he does like, stay on the court a lot.
Yeah. Oh, don't worry. There's a reason. Like, he has so much hate from me because of how good he is and how good he continues to be.
Yeah.
He's so fucking good, and he like takes care of himself. He does all the right things. He says all the right things, and like I mean, no, you never want to see this for anybody with a kid though. That's like. As much as I hate LeBron on the court, like obviously this is a totally different issue. So like I really hope Bronny gets better. I'm really looking forward to seeing him play at USC too. I hope this isn't like a lasting thing. Apparently he's stable. He's out of the ICU, so like everything's good. But you never want to see that happen.
No.
I hope maybe he could get a big bounce back from this.
Mm-hmm.
So, the other thing I had is Jaylen Brown. Jesus Christ. Jaylen Brown, 5-year, $304 million Supermax extension.
What the fuck?
Why does Boston love him so much? Why? He can't dribble. Like what? Like I don't understand. He's the number 2 guy, but getting paid like a number 1 guy.
Yeah, it really is. Because I mean, you can't disagree that he is a number 2 guy.
No, Jason Tatum is by far the number 1 guy.
They should have a stipulation in that contract. If he can sign the contract left-handed, he can have that contract. If he can sign it left-handed,
if he can sign it legibly left-handed,
yes,
then
he can have that contract. The man is the highest paid player and does not have a left hand.
He can't do anything left-handed. You're in the NBA, bro. You have to be able to at least dribble with your left hand.
Yeah.
Like shit, there's high schoolers that do that better than you do. I have a spicy take.
Okay.
I don't think Tatum and Brown like each other.
Ooh.
I really don't.
Okay.
I think Tatum hates Jaylen Brown like low key.
And Brown hates Tatum.
I don't know if Brown hates Tatum as much as Tatum hates Brown.
Because Brown seemed like he wanted out at first.
That's what I'm saying. Like I think they got beef.
They got some beef.
And it's definitely not the coaches because they've had like fucking 6 of them.
And I wonder if like Marcus Smart was actually the mediator.
Oh,
yeah.
Like he you know how like all right, so whenever you have your roommates with people, let's say you have 3 roommates.
Yep.
Normally you can keep 2 guys together because they put all their problems and all their anger out on that one roommate.
Mm-hmm.
When you get rid of that one roommate that they take all their anger and problems out on, now you're just left with those 2, and that's where their anger is going, is at each other.
Yeah.
Marcus Smart was the guy that was making that work.
Yeah. Well, because I think Marcus Smart's more of an alpha. I think Marcus Smart's more of an alpha.
I think so too. He's just not as talented.
No, obviously he's not as talented, but like I mean, just like Draymond's an alpha on his team. He's not the most talented guy, but he commands like the defense whenever they're on that side of the floor. But yeah, no, Marcus Smart, kind of an alpha, kept both of them in check, And now that he's not there, I don't see Kristaps Porzingis doing the same.
No, Kristaps Porzingis would probably make it worse.
Probably,
if I'm being honest.
Yeah,
they need to find somebody, and then they got rid of Grant Williams because Grant Williams would have been an easy fall guy.
Yep.
They gotta find somebody. They gotta sign somebody that's gonna be able to take all the shit like Marcus Smart did.
So hot take, they're gonna have beef this whole entire next year.
Yeah, Boston is another hot take. Boston is gonna suck next year.
Ooh.
Boston's gonna suck. I think Marcus Smart was the glue guy. I think he was the glue guy, and now they don't have a glue guy. They're gonna fall apart. Kristaps Porzingis is not a glue guy.
Makes sense.
So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, you got anything else on the NBA?
That's about it.
All right, let's. Do you want to do the board game draft, or do you want to go to college football?
What do we got? We can go through the board games real quick.
Yeah, let's go through. All right, so we're gonna do a draft of the top board games. Our top board games. We're gonna do 5 each. 5 each. Let's see. I got a quarter. We're gonna flip to see who goes first. What do you want to call? Heads or tails?
Tails never fails.
Tails never fails. It is heads. I'm going first.
Gosh damn it!
All right. So it's gonna be just a. Do you want to do a snake draft order, or do you want to do just back and forth?
Just back and forth.
Back and forth. Okay. I'm gonna pick the number one, the best game of all time, the greatest game ever, Monopoly.
Okay.
Monopoly. It's the number one game of all time. Like it is the most perfect game. You can't argue with it.
Yeah, it's a classic. I get it. Whatever.
No, it's the best game ever.
All right. Well, if we're really gonna go best game ever, I mean, or maybe an absolute classic, I'm gonna go with chess.
Okay. Well, yeah, that is like I think that might be like the best game of all. It's close. Yeah. That might be. You might have got me on that one. All right, so for my next one, this is a personal favorite of mine. This is going
personal.
I don't know if this is gonna go really well for the audience, but I'm gonna go with Risk.
Ugh, I wanted that one too.
Risk, yeah, that was one of my favorite games growing up for sure. It's still fun. It's still fucking fun. Like it's frustrating as all hell, but yeah, it is. It's fun. What's yours? What's your next one?
I'm a mystery guy.
I
like good mystery.
I wanted this one.
I think it's one of the better games out there. I'm gonna go Clue.
Fuck, I wanted that one so bad. I was hoping that you would kind of
one of the games that could seamlessly be like a board game or a movie.
Yeah, that was a great. That still is a great game. Shit. Oh, that's the one I was gonna do. Shoot. I guess with my third pick, I will go with Yahtzee.
Yahtzee. Okay, Yahtzee is a good one.
Yahtzee. That was I loved Yahtzee. Yahtzee was like
it's like
it's so easy to play. All you need is 5 dice in the little sheet too.
Yeah, it's kind of like your I guess your gateway drug into gambling.
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta roll
true.
a Yahtzee. Yeah, it's like you just won some money.
You get like that feeling like, oh yes, I got 5 fucking dice that show up the same number. Yeah. That's probably that was my intro to gambling. That's why I'm such a fucking gambling addict.
Exactly.
Your third pick.
This one hits to home. This one hits to home quite a bit. As far as like Monopoly is more like the entrepreneurial type of thing. Like once you understand Monopoly, you're like, okay, I can understand like real estate and everything. But this one really hits you when you become an adult, and that's the game of life.
Life, yeah,
Life.
I had that one on there too. That is a great game.
It's a great game. It gets so invested. Like you live an entire life. Mm-hmm. You live your entire life, and then you start noticing whenever you actually grow up, it's like I am actually playing a game of life.
Yeah, it is. It actually is a greatest game to prepare you for it. It's great. What am I gonna do next? I know which one I want to pick, but I don't think it'll go over well with the listeners. You know what? I'm gonna go with Sorry.
Oh, Sorry.
I'm gonna go with Sorry. I loved Sorry. I thought that was always a fun one.
It's a good game.
It's a classic one.
Yeah.
Too.
It gets thrown in there on the greatest games.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go with this one. This one's another classic. I'm gonna kind of cater to the classic side of my audience. I'm gonna go with Scrabble.
Scrabble. Fuck.
Scrabble is.
Fuck. I can't believe that. I can't believe that dropped so far.
Yeah, it's a classic game. It's definitely an older person game. I mean, you really.
I think it's a younger person game too. I think a lot of young people play it. Fuck. I can't believe I have it written down right there too. Let's see. Jeez, what am I gonna go with? I don't know what direction to go here, because I got a bunch left over, but I don't know where to go.
Can't choose them all.
I know. You know, I'm gonna go with Uno.
Uno.
I'm gonna go with Uno.
I was kind of wondering if that was considered like a board game.
Well,
or not,
I think I put it in the same category as Yahtzee, where it's not. There's no board there, but I guess you would consider it a board game.
Yeah, in a way.
Because there's a prop. There's a plastic piece. So, what's your last one?
I'm gonna get all the horny people out there. I'm gonna go Twister.
Nice.
You know, you really want to get with a girl and stuff. You play a group game of Twister.
Yep. That's.
You want to. Yeah, I mean, it's like it's the middle school way of hooking up with a girl. You know, or feeling up on her.
The grade school version of second base.
Yes, if you want to get second base with a girl, you play Twister.
Play Twister. Yeah. All right. Well, that's 5 and 5. What else did you have? Honorable mentions.
Some hungry hippos.
I had hungry hippos.
Battleship.
Yep. Backgammon,
of course. Yep.
I had Axis and Allies.
Oh, that is a good one. It's a little bit more of a complex risk,
yeah.
But
I had remember Payday.
Payday was great.
Payday was a fun one.
Trouble was good. I honestly wanted to go Guess Who, because I was kind of curious if that's gotten canceled yet. You know?
Well, no, you gotta have it more race appropriate.
Well, you know what I was going to do? I was just going to have my person, and, like, I was just going to fuck with the other person now. And, like, if they say, like, female, and if it is a female, I'm just be like, oh, no, it's a transition. It's a trans.
Yeah.
It identifies as a male.
She, him, they, her.
Yeah.
Oh, that's. I guess that is where it could get dicey.
Yeah, you could really fuck with somebody nowadays with that game.
Oh, man, that would be great. Let's see. I had Candyland, Stratego, Connect 4, Pictionary.
Yep.
Oh, little Shoots and Ladders.
That
would have been good.
Operation,
dude. That shit fucked me up, man. What was the other one where you put the where you had a certain amount of time where you had to put the shapes in their hole, like respective holes? Otherwise, when the timer went up, it would just fling up and throw all the pieces everywhere.
I don't know.
Oh. I guess I just played with that one. It was always it gave me anxiety. But then I had Jenga. Jenga was fun.
Jenga's good. That's another like PTSD.
Yeah.
Gives you PTSD a little bit.
Let's see. What other games? I don't know.
Apples to Apples.
Apples to Apples. That's a good one. Cards Against Humanity.
I feel like that one's a little bit of a newer one that's come into the limelight.
Well, I mean, it's been around for a while, but yeah, I guess it's a little more recent compared to like Monopoly and.
Yeah, I mean, like compared to chess, like 1200 is when it came out, and checkers came out 3000 BC apparently. Like
3000 BC, Jesus.
Yeah.
All right, well that's good. Good list. That was nice. I think you got me beat there though. You got some pretty good ones. Chess, Clue.
I went with
Scrabble.
a little bit more classic games.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then we'll see how the audience fares with it.
Cool. All right, let's do some college football. Real quick, the SEC Media Days, literally just there because we're bored. We need that fixed. It's literally just to help with the withdrawals.
Yeah, you're right. It really is the most pointless part of like a college football season or off season, but at the same time, it's so awesome. It gets you in the mood, and the media will hype up anything and everything.
This is how bored we are. In the SEC Media Days, we get we calculate how many times, or we count up how many times coaches say certain words. So one list I saw is most uses of the word excited.
Excited.
Yes. So at the top we have Frank Beamer,
Okay.
Jeff Fisher, or Jimbo Fisher, I'm sorry, with 15 each. Josh Heupel was at number 3 with 10. Our boy Brian Kelly only used 7. That was in the middle. At the bottom, down there, we have Nick Saban, Kirby Smart, and Billy Napier. Kirby Smart and Nick Saban both had 1. They used 1.
Okay,
They used excited once. They're not very excited, and Billy Napier used it twice.
Okay.
That was one of them. Then they have the opening statement word counts.
Okay.
The opening statement word counts. Weird, because the two who said excited the least are two of the top. Kirby Smart is up there at the top with 2,648. Nick Saban's down there at number 4 with 1,853. Our boy Brian Kelly used the least at 650 words.
Man of little words.
Less talking, more on the field. That's what I like. I like from my coach, I want to see the results on the field. He's all about the play. He's not about the talk.
No, he's not going to give away his stuff,
Talk is cheap.
on the off season and
Fuck
media
no.
days.
He
No.
knows better than that. Surprisingly enough, Lane Kiffin comes in the middle of the pack at 1494. I'm disappointed. I was hoping he would be number 1. And I'm also surprised at how many words Nick Saban used.
Yeah, that's very true.
He's getting talkative in his old age. But anyways, so yeah, that was SEC Media Days. That's it's just showing you how bored we are without football. 2 things I had, Joe. Why is Jim Harbaugh getting suspended for the recruiting investigation?
Recruiting investigations, which doesn't make sense now that we have NIL and everything's off the table at this point.
So what I'm thinking, you know how he like sleeps over at recruit's house sometimes?
Yeah.
Maybe he pushed that a little too far.
Maybe he's being too weird,
Too weird. Okay, so like instead of just sleeping over at the recruit's house, he probably slept in their room.
Yeah.
Maybe tried to cuddle up in bed with them. That's when you crossing the line. Maybe that's what he did.
Yeah. He's probably like, oh, did I give him too much money in the NIL deal? And they're like, no, you're just being weird with the recruiting process.
Stop being so fucking weird, dude.
Yeah.
Weirdo. Probably they were probably trying on khakis together.
Yes.
Maybe like just going and looking at headphone speakers together. Like it probably took them to like a candlelit dinner. Like just tone it back a little bit, Jim Harbaugh. Tone it back just a tiny bit.
Yeah.
But it's looking like it's going to be 4 games. I don't know what Michigan's schedule is like the first 4 games, but I'm sure they'll be fine. And last but not least, apparently Lane Kiffin hates the NIL.
Which is like the last person you would think that would hate the NIL.
That's why I think it's a front.
That's
why I think it's a front. I don't think I think he low-key loves the NIL, but he doesn't want the spotlight on him. He wants to do some shady shit with the NIL deals.
Okay.
So he's going to say he hates it.
Yeah.
But yeah, Lane Kiffin just oozes NIL.
Or he's just trolling us. That is the biggest troll coach of the college football world.
I mean, I'm sure the coaches get bored in the offseason.
Yeah.
Like, you can only watch so much film. You can only prepare so much.
Yeah. He's probably like, what can I do? How can I say something that the media is just going to gobble up? And no matter how ridiculous it is, because I've benefited from NIL and transfer, portal this entire time.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just, again, these little things that are just getting us through till football.
Exactly.
So little things in life. But you got anything else?
Going back to the SEC Media Days, I thought it was kind of funny. Kirby Smart is in full cocky mode. He is in full cocky mode.
Good deal.
So he celebrated Julymas.
What?
Julymas. It's Christmas in July.
Okay.
Because he's always expected to be working during Christmas time. And he's expecting to be working during this Christmas year again. Which means he's in the off season, which means he's in the playoffs, preparing for the playoffs, and which means they're really good.
Or he could be in a bowl game.
The thing is you still celebrate. If it's a bowl game, you're not putting that much effort into it. You're not going to skip Christmas for a bowl game. You're going to skip Christmas for playoffs.
For sure.
Because, you got to study your team, and you got to study your next opponent and the next opponent after that. So it makes sense to skip Christmas during the playoffs. I'm just saying. He came across as cocky during the SEC Media Days. That was one example of it. Celebrating Julymas.
Oh, how the mighty will fall. It's okay. I don't think Georgia's going to be good because they have just so many fucking NFL ready players that it's just going to be they're going to win just because of how talented they are. But I think they might slip up here this year. I mean, it's the Alabama effect. Everybody's looking at you. Everybody's pointing to you on their schedule now.
Yeah.
Like every single week is going to be a challenge because they're all focused on you.
Yep.
So we'll see if he can handle it. He is getting a little cocky there. So maybe we need to bring him down to everybody else's level here. Humble him a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that he hasn't discovered that effect of it like Nick Saban has in the past. So we'll see. It'll be fun.
I can't wait for football. I need football. We got the Hall of Fame game coming up soon, so
it's almost here.
Almost there. We're almost there. Just keep on chugging. But anyways, you got anything else?
That's about it.
All right. We will see y'all next week. Love y'all.
Later.